All right, everybody, what's going on? Everybody, what's going on? How many times can I say everybody? Everybody, it's the ID84 show live here, episode 153 from quarantine in our isolated locations. And of course, always to the right of me, we have Adam the Mallets. And tonight
Yes.
he's showcasing his special collection.
Yes, my pop collection, yes.
You be careful how many people you show that collection to. You don't want someone breaking into your house and all of a sudden, it's stealing goods.
You do not want to try to break in here. There are traps. Now, I'm not kidding. It's like Home Alone in this shit. You will get cut. You're most likely going to go to the emergency room if you try to break in here. Your next place.
I no doubt think there's traps in that house. But the ladies now leave once they go in.
There are razor blades in places that will cut you.
Oh,
I'm not joking.
It's like a Middle Eastern wedding with razor blades hidden in places you don't want to see. There you go.
There you go.
53, episode 153 tonight. We have two guests tonight. We have joining us shortly who just, I guess he just lost his connection. He was on deck ready to go. Was Ro Jones. He'll be joining us first in the first half of the show. And we have author A.D. Jackson joining us in a little bit as well. So he'll be joining us around 9:30. We'll bring Ro Jones in a few minutes. But we are starting a little bit later than usual today. We had a book, I guess, a little late. So this is 9 o'clock hour. So we're nice and sauced, if you will. We have an extra hour of drinking in, so we can get really, really intoxicated for you people out there.
On a Wednesday.
And
then hate it tomorrow looking at dimensions.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a rough day. And I already know that going into it, so I can anticipate that. And I'm on delirious right now, getting on no sleep, so it's even better,
Probably gonna hit the sack after this.
Nice big sweaty sack right in my face. Fucking football guy. What a week, huh?
Yeah, kid.
I want your honest analysis of the Patriots this week. What do you think? Was it a good loss?
The thing is, I don't feel any different. Like it was fine. Like it's not like they got blown out, but like it's not. I'm not seeing like I still think they're a 9-7 team. I think they're a fringe playoff team. I don't see that. I see them winning the division.
Yeah.
And getting bounced the first round. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It is what it is. I don't see a disappointment though.
So, all right, that's fine. Let's see. I want to have this conversation in 3 weeks because we get to see Baltimore play Kansas City next week. That's going to be a good matchup right there because you're going to really get to see the true colors of both teams. We did see Kansas City struggle a little against the Chargers on Sunday, but that is a division game, so it doesn't really can't get a good analysis of that. And then you get the Pats playing Kansas City, and then they get Baltimore a few weeks after that. So, yeah, it could be. The Pats could be a 9-17. But if they play as well as they did against Seattle, against Kansas City and Baltimore, I think they got a decent chance of being competitive, I know. I mean, look at the injuries. All you need is one of those teams to lose a key factor.
But that applies to us, too. You know what I mean? I mean, Cam Newton goes down. That 9-7 is going to be 7-9.
Yeah, I know. If Cam Newton goes down, you're fucked. Yeah. Their best bet is picking up the Red Rocket off of a free agent list. Red Rifle, actually, yeah, the Red Rocket. That's a dog's pee.
That's what I usually say. What you just said.
Yeah, the Red Rifle, getting him on that waivers because we don't want what's his face? Stedman is on the injured list again. Guy can't stay healthy. He gets injured during practice.
I was reading a thing not too long ago, and it's right about quarterbacks who, if there's a quarterback that hasn't got a games in before 2 seasons, then they're usually out of the NFL.
Yeah.
Or they're a backup. You have 2 seasons to actually start a game, or you're done. There are exceptions though, like Aaron Rodgers was behind Brett Favre.
Yeah.
That's one. But that's rare. You got 2 seasons, or you're done. It's just not going to happen. But so what's going to happen now? Because Cam Newton's here in 1 year. Let's say his career gets rejuvenated.
Yeah.
Are the Patriots going to pay to have him? Or are they going to draft what are they going to do? What are they going to do next year? What the fuck?
I guess you got to look at your best options because if they do good this year, they're not getting any good quarterback in a draft pick. I can tell you that much. Yeah. You're not going to get a free agent quarterback because they typically stay in the teams for a while. Getting Cam Newton's a very rare opportunity. You get a good caliber quarterback to be able to come on late in his career. I mean, I think what they're going to do is they're probably, if Cam has a decent season, because if they franchise him, they're going to pay him $14 million anyways. I think that's what the key for the franchise tag is. So they get another year out of him. Or you just give him a 2-year deal, and then you can always cut him halfway through if you don't want to pay him in the second year. You know what I mean? If he sucks. So I don't know. They got to figure it out. But
it's definitely obvious they have to draft a quarterback this year, maybe even two. Like they have to draft him. You know,
a good one. The problem is when you do good and you make the playoffs, you don't have the opportunity to grab that unless you get really lucky and you get like a Russell Wilson type quarterback that's sitting there. You know.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, so same thing with Brady. You're sitting in the fucking 6th round, and all of a sudden there's a quarterback still sitting there, the 200th pick, and you're like, I think this guy will be okay.
Speaking of fucking drafting, though, in terms of drafting, just in sports in general, the Red Sox can't do anything right because if they had they had the worst record in baseball, even the second worst record in baseball. Apparently, there are 2 pitchers that are supposedly generational pitchers, and obviously the Red Sox need pitching. And there's 2 pitchers coming up through the system right now in college that are really good. Like I guess the 1 and 2 picks this year are like a lot, really good, and they're both pitchers. And one of them's Al Leiter's kid.
Oh yeah.
And another one is this kid. I can't remember his name, but like he struck out like 20-something batters and fucking like during the College World Series. I forget his name, but
the Red Sox end up with the 3rd pick because they're winning too much. Pirates are getting the 1st pick. And I'm not sure who the other shitty team is that's getting the other pick after them, but
it might be the Rangers.
Could be the Rangers. Yeah, the Red Sox.
Pirates
can't even lose one. Yeah, the Pirates are terrible this year. They're a fucking dumpster fire.
19 wins.
Nice. Maybe they're trying for that 20th right there. You know. All right, so let's Celtics are on tonight. I got the game in the background here. It's a do or die for them because if they lose tonight, I don't think it's done. They'll be down 3-1, even though statistically they could still win. Don't think it's going to happen because they can't close the deal. They're like that guy in high school who like has all the moves and he gets the girls in the car and he's sitting there. He even gets the rubbers, you know. He got the place, he's got the rubbers, and for some reason he can't close the deal. You know,
flaccid dick,
scared, premature. He's got the pre-cum. Here comes the pre. That's what he says. Right, the girl touches like, here comes the pre. There's a pre in my house. Pre-cum.
That's the worst.
Do you remember the pre-cum when we were kids? They're like, you can't. He's like, even if you have sex with a girl with no condom, you could still get her pregnant with the pre.
Yeah, and that's like very unlikely, but you could.
Yeah, like how factual is that? Were they just feeding us bullshit back in the day?
I think they were manipulating statistics, like AIDS. Yeah, everyone was going to die of AIDS back then.
Manipulating statistics sounds like the CDC. Wow, it's funny how. You know, when you're 13 in high school and they're telling you not to use a bag because even if you just give her the tip, you could still get her pregnant.
Well,
which if
I'm kind of all for it then because you don't want a bunch of teenage babies to scare them.
I used to tell you the story about the girl that I used to be with many, many moons ago, and she was like, "I know my cycle. You don't have to use a condom tip."
I heard that speech too.
20 years old. 20 years old. You know your cycle. You're full of shit.
I know my body.
Yeah. I go, there is no way in hell I am blowing one in you. Ever. Yeah.
No.
And now I look back, I don't know, 16 years into the past, I would have a 16-year-old right now. Do you imagine that?
Was that a Pittsburgh situation?
No, that's my 12-year-old.
Ah.
Yeah, and listen, you have to have vaginal sex in order to get someone pregnant, which did not happen. It was an exchange. It was an exchange of fluids, but there was no of that penetration. It was just a coincidence that she had a boyfriend at the time that got her pregnant. I wonder where she is.
I know the feeling. That's kind of how I fathered a kid that wasn't mine.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, now if I did, now I'm glad I didn't have the regular with her because if I did, I'd be very paranoid. That was my kid, and I wouldn't know him. You know what I mean? Even if you use a Jimmy cap, you never know. But speaking of Jimmy caps, we should bring in our first guest.
Do this.
All right, this guy was on our show about 4 years ago when we were at the WEMF studios in Cambridge. He is I believe a Boston native, and he is a rapper, and he's very entertaining. Joining us right now is going to be Ro Jones. He should be popping in any second now. His box appeared, which is good. Always a good sign when the box appears, because if the box doesn't appear, as we've seen with our former co-host, Mr. Glover, The entire show just stays there into the abyss. But unfortunately, this might be the same situation. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Maybe you should have waited before.
There we go. Oh, I see a name.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
The internet connection today, for some reason, has been screwy. I don't know if you've had any issues, but I've had serious issues all throughout the day. You know, I think, I don't know. I think internet needs a. There we go. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How you guys doing?
Good. Welcome to the show. Ro Jones, long time no talk. How you been, brother?
Good, man. Definitely good, man. How you been?
Good, good. I think you came on the show. It was I want to say February of was it 2017?
That's probably there, right? Yeah.
Cambridge.
Yep.
If I gave you a date, then that would be like saying that I don't smoke weed. So I really don't know.
There you go.
Just smile and nod. Just go, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
The timeline. Right.
Right.
But yeah, it was sometime. It was many moons ago. But yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. Where you at?
A while ago.
Where you at tonight?
I'm in the. Well, I'm glad you asked. That's amazing that you're asking that. I don't know if you can read that. It's probably backwards.
Yo, bitch. Oh, I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
Is that a trademark T-shirt you're selling for people to purchase?
No, it's not. I mean, it's just one of my favorite comedians. He sells that.
Oh, nice. It's a good place to tell people.
It's just a great. It just comes up all the time. So I always have it on hand.
Imagine you ask that question where I'm at your bitch's house chilling. Maybe not using a Jimmy cap, like me and Adam were just talking earlier about how girls sometimes will tell you don't have to use a Jimmy cap because they know their cycle, how dangerous that could be.
Right. Yeah, I think I heard a bit of that. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that before. That little saying where they say, it's okay if you don't use a condom. I'm good. I take my pill.
Yeah.
Okay. So you took it. You sure you took it today?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same thing as a stranger on the street handing you a revolver with one bullet in there and saying, "Don't worry, you can pull the trigger, but the bullet's not going to go off." Like, are you going to believe this person? You know?
Yeah. Russian roulette. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. Listen, I take enough chances doing other things. That's one less thing I got to worry about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you're from Boston, right? If I remember correctly.
Definitely. No. I didn't mean to say it like that. Well, actually, I did. I'm from Philly.
Philly. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. East Philadelphia, born and raised, like Will Smith, or the other side?
South Philly, man. South Philly. There's no such thing as East Philly. East Philly is Germantown.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel
South Philly, West Philly, North Philly, Southwest, Northeast.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like East Philly would be like in the middle of the Delaware River.
Maybe.
I mean, it's like that's what you guys call Camden, right? East Philly, like the other side of the bridge.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. South Philly. That's down where the is that kind of where the stadiums are, right? In that area?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah. All the stadiums, they're all in like a bunch.
Yeah.
And like that's where like all the Italians are at. What else? I mean,
Ginzos, the
Vietnamese. Yeah, the Italians, exactly. Vietnamese. Cheers.
Hell yeah, man. Listen, it wouldn't be a show if you weren't drinking. And this show's an hour later tonight, so me and Adam were able to get a few cans in tonight. Yeah, South Philly's cool. I was down there. I've been to the Phillies game multiple times, and so they built that. I was there last fall. They built that Xfinity Live thing across the street from the baseball stadium. I don't know if you've been to that thing, but they have all the.
But yeah, never been there.
Yeah, they get like all these restaurants and bars and stuff. It's like a big complex. So they had this bar one.
It's like Assembly Square.
Kind of something like that.
Yeah.
And they had this bar we went to, and everyone was wearing headphones, but there was no music playing. So the music was playing in the headphones, and you could change the station. And people were like dancing on the dance floor, and it was like all you could hear was people like stepping on the floor.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's the new thing.
Yeah, it was the freakiest thing ever.
Right.
I enjoyed it thoroughly though. I was sitting there. I didn't put the headphones on though because my wife's like, you're gonna get the lice. I don't think the girl's properly cleaning the equipment, and she wasn't. She was a very flaky broad who was just handing these things off haphazardly. Like now if nowadays with the corona, right? We would be afraid you could get the corona from the headphones. You get the corona from anything these days apparently.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand how people go into the gym. That's like it's kind of disgusting. I mean, gyms are already disgusting. You already kind of assume that somebody probably didn't wipe today.
Yeah.
But like to know that there's corona on top of that, it just sounds nasty.
I will say though, I go to the gym. I go to the gym, and most people have been pretty cool with like wiping down the equipment with like stuff after they use it. Even though that's not foolproof, but like it's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
you know?
That's good.
Yeah, it's not.
Won't catch me there.
I can tell you who's missing out on those is the old men that like to walk around naked in the locker room. I don't know what they're doing these days.
Yeah.
They have no place to hang out.
Yeah. There's always one in every gym, right? You walk out, you walk in there to go take a piss, and there's this old man, and his balls are hanging down to his ankles.
Just standing there thinking about something in front of his locker, like what are you thinking about this time?
It's like the only way to expose himself, I guess. I mean, go to a swingers club in Vegas if you want to do that shit. Like, I mean,
that's the plane ticket. You just go to the Y.
We have a friend that used to manage a gym, and he has a funny story about some time he went into the bathroom to help fix the shower curtain, and while the guy was in the shower, and apparently he tripped and he fell onto the guy while he was naked in the shower with the shower curtain on top of him. So I can imagine that would be a very uncomfortable situation.
I mean, it depends on how the guy felt about the situation,
Guy probably yeah, it's true. The guy probably liked it. So, have you been doing much during the quarantine? Have you been kind of just working from the studio and kind of getting stuff going?
Yeah, man, just doing a little bit of writing. Working on DJing a lot, definitely. That's been like my passion for the past few years lately. And also, working on like some projects, working on a podcast. Got some stuff bubbling with that. Just trying to get some movement going, because right now, if you're not set up to, if you weren't set up already for 2020 to happen, then Corona, was just gonna put you down anyway. So like, you gotta be ready in 2019 for 2020.
Yeah,
you should have been ready for this kind of digital revolution anyway, because it was already coming.
It's funny you say that too, because me and Adam were doing the show from after we left WMF. We were doing it from my apartment, so we had the setup anyways. Nice. But for some reason, we never thought about inviting guests on during using Zoom or Skype. Like, it kind of crossed that. Like, we thought about having people call in, but we never like, whoa, why can't we just video? We were videotaping it anyways, streaming it anyways. And then all of a sudden, we were like, well, I guess this is the only way we can communicate with each other. So, and then it's like, why weren't we doing this long ago? It makes no sense. You know what I mean?
But it works out.
Yeah. No, it sucks, but I mean, it must suck for you because you can't perform, you can't do anything, right? You everything you do now is like in a bubble. You can't do anything until this is all clear and go.
It does suck, yeah, man. I haven't been out, doing anything for a while, but I did it like I said, I've been DJing too, so I did a couple like quiet little parties, little barbecues, stuff like that, DJing and stuff like that.
Nice. I'll tell the governor that Baker will be there in a minute and shut you down.
Oh yeah, definitely. My boy Jess Hughes will come through, and we might do a song together or something like that. So it's we find ways to this guy I saw, Mark Maron, he's a Boston native.
Yeah,
he's pretty well known around the scene, and he just did like a virtual show, which is pretty cool with a band. So people are definitely out there doing it. So I haven't quite done it yet, but the Zoom and the Instagram lives, I'm doing all that stuff now, the Facebook lives, and it's working out.
There's a couple of comedians that are doing the open air minor league baseball stadium tours. I know there's one going on in New Jersey and the middle of October. Like 3 comedians are doing a show, but it's at a minor league baseball park, and they space them out. Oh, your seats are, so you're not really on top of each other, which is a good idea. I mean, you get the arena feel, you're outside, right? What could happen, at this point? But
who is it? Louis C.K., Cat Williams, and I don't know who else is fucked up in the game.
Oh, there's then Rob Kelly's doing a show, Robert Kelly, and then Ron Bennington, who does a radio show on XM, he's doing the show too.
Nice.
But
that was just a stab at the comedians who got bad press, bad PR.
Well, listen, just because Louis C.K. likes to expose himself to people doesn't make him a bad person, right? I mean,
right. I mean, I don't know about that, but he seemed like a bad person before I found that out. But a bad person who I found extremely funny. His jokes are still funny. It's
Yeah.
just now you know that.
He's definitely a comedian with some
Definitely creepy.
demons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was creepy, before, just as a regular comedian.
I mean, have you met a redhead that wasn't creepy? I mean, look at Prince.
I don't trust him.
Who's the fucking Prince right now is in trouble with Epstein?
I don't. Probably Harry or Charles. One of the two.
No, it's their uncle. It's the one who was married to Sarah Ferguson.
Their uncle cousin or what?
It's like it's Prince Charles' brother. Oh, Philip. No, Philip's the father. Who the fuck is it?
Edwards?
Who?
Is it Prince Edwards?
No.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Who was he married to?
Sarah Ferguson. She was the Duchess. She was the Duchess of Wales, I believe.
Oh wow.
And he was good friends with Epstein. And during the documentary, they showcased him as a sweaty old man who really liked the redheads.
Yeah, he's been outcast. What's his name? Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew.
Prince Andrew.
Dirty motherfucker. And he's a redhead. And so you can't, and as Adam says, you can't ever trust a redhead, right?
I do not trust redheads at all. I'm terrified of redheads. They're
Why
great in the sack, but other than that, good.
Yeah.
Why is that, Adam?
Adam, why?
Why?
Yeah, why? Yeah.
In my experience, and I'm thinking of like 5. I've had 5 instances with redheads, and they are all. Some of them are really nice. They're either really sweet, but most of them have like these weird fucking ulterior motives. In my experience, like they're just like backstabby. I mean, some women are backstabby bitches anyway, but I feel like redheads are better at concealing it. Like they're nice up front. They are so nice up front, and like at their core, evil. There's a reason why they used to fucking sacrifice them.
Their witches burn them at the stake.
Is it worth the excitement though? Like, would you date a redhead knowing how wild she could be, but you know what the other side of it is too? You have to take the good with the bad, right?
Well, no, I don't want to stereotype, so I would still date them because I'm not just gonna not date someone because they have red hair. You know what I mean? But like, it's always in the back of my head. A little bit.
How you feel about the girls who fake the red hair?
Well, that's not real red hair then.
It just never looks the same.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like a real redhead, like you can see like the wisps of blonde at the tips, like upper, like that sounded crazy. But
I know what you're saying. Though. I know exactly.
Like,
what you're saying,
It's just different. You can just trust me. I know. I've seen it.
You know,
I haven't been with 5. That's a big number.
Gentlemen, there's only one way. There's only one way to find out if she's truly a redhead, and we all know how that is. Leave it at that.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Adam's like, "How do you really know?"
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've never done that before.
Does Bill Cosby really know how if a girl's a redhead or not?
No, he doesn't.
You think he kept the lights on when he did what he was doing?
Oh, of course.
Oh no, he didn't. I didn't keep the lights on. Would have slipped the roof and all.
Bill Cosby. The Bill Cosby impression was great when we weren't doing video because you're like, "Oh, Bill Cosby really showed up." Now it's just Adam.
Right, he's really is.
So, Ro, what do you work like? Do you have any? Obviously, you said you're working on some DJ and stuff like that, but do you have anything released on like YouTube or anything like that people can listen to?
Definitely, you can check me out. Let's see, my YouTube is you can just YouTube ROW Jones, so Ro Jones, and ROW space Jones, and you'll find me. And even just Google me, that just comes up. Everything comes up. But I got some videos put up. Got some new stuff I'm putting up soon. Song I'm working on called "Don't Talk." Okay. It's a song about like it's like a relationship song, like how you can talk to a woman without really or just a woman can talk to a man either way. Yeah. Without basically without any words. So I just go into different metaphors and talking about that. So it's a cool song. That's on Spotify, everything.
Nice.
Every major platform.
I'm trying to look up right now the episode you were on. Let's see what. I have it here somewhere. We just recently we've been going through some of the old episodes and reposting stuff, and we're like,
nice.
Yeah, Rose on food. He's like a few.
A while ago.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Can't remember the exact year.
It's a good time, man. It was like definitely in the 17th, the old studio days when pre-corona, as I like to say, PC,
Yeah, PC, yeah. Everything's PC.
Have you been staying safe? You haven't gotten sick or anything like that, or know anyone gotten sick?
No, definitely not. Yeah. I I think I knew somebody that was sick, but you know, they weren't that. I knew somebody that knew somebody that was sick. I never I've never seen anyone actually sick. I don't know. But you know, they say people are dying. It's crazy. But
that's all I am too. I know. Yeah, I know a bunch of people who know people who've gotten sick. Right. I haven't actually known anyone firsthand has gotten sick.
Right. Yeah, it's peculiar, but you know, it is what it is.
You know, it's like, you know, it's one of those things now, right? So it's like, all right, now you got to worry about wearing a mask. So if you're like you're doing this internet dating stuff, right, and you're meeting these girls,
right?
Now, right. So now you got to worry about, all right, so you meet them, you're wearing a mask. Now, I know like you meet a girl and stuff, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go take her home and all that stuff. You know, obviously he's back on the Jimmy cap again. But do you keep the mask on? That is the question I've been asking all these single guys out there. Do you still have a relationship of a random girl you meet but tell her you have to wear a mask? Or would you just say, hey, fuck it, taking the mask off, you know?
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, for those single guys, I mean, you know, they probably, I mean, I would say when you sit down, take it off, you know? I mean, I don't know. If she keeps it on, you take it off, that's kind of weird.
That's weird, right? Yeah.
Really weird. Yeah.
That would just be too much protection. I mean, you already got to wear condoms, so I mean,
you don't have
obviously that's not your situation.
I would love to meet the girl who's like, keep the mask on, but don't wear a condom. Like, that's a girl right there. That's probably a redhead. Redheads probably do that, right?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably like,
mask, yeah.
Who knows, right? Damn.
Maskini.
So what else is going on with you, bro? Since the last time we talked 4 years ago, it feels like it's like time's flying by.
Yeah, you know? Time is definitely flying. Yeah, 2020 flew by like crazy.
It's almost a good thing.
Thank God.
Yeah. Me, man, I've been raising my son. I've got a 3-year-old son. You know, me and my wife raising my son.
Nice.
You know, that's what I've been spending a lot of my time doing. You know, working, trying to create. That's the main thing. Just trying to do everything through the family, through Corona.
Yeah.
Just create. You know.
Kids aren't easy either. I can imagine a 3-year-old. I got a 10-month-old, and that's a challenge and a half.
10 months. Did I hear you say you had a 12-year-old too?
Allegedly, maybe.
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, you just found out?
No, I mean it's been in the works. Here's the thing.
It's in the works. Wow.
Well, it was spring break 2006. I met this lady. She was 18. She was from Pittsburgh, and we fooled around. And
how was your first day? Pittsburgh.
We were friends on MySpace. This is how far back it goes. And
wow.
When I got back to Boston, I looked on her MySpace, and like a month later, she had an ultrasound picture.
Wow.
Yeah, so I didn't have.
Was it Pittsburgh or Puerto Rico?
It was definitely Pittsburgh. Okay. Definitely Pittsburgh. Yeah, Puerto Rico. She would have got pregnant if I just looked at her. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was like,
you email as soon as you land. Hey, baby.
Probably dropping eggs, ovulating all over you.
Right.
I'm fairly certain it's not my child. I mean, like,
you get an email that like the address is just all numbers at gmail.com.
Exactly. One of my burner email accounts I use. You know?
At gmail.pr. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't take credit for that 12-year-old. I'm sure his real dad out there is happy enough, you know. But
10-month-old. You have a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a boy too. Is he like trying to walk yet, or what's?
He's getting there. He's like getting himself up.
Sure.
Yeah, he's pulling himself up. He's attempting to. You know, he's getting his balance. You know, but he takes off on you if you won't keep your eye on him. He's gone in a second. You know, next thing you know, he's in the kitchen. You're like, how the hell did you get in there? You know, so.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, it's once he starts walking, it's gonna be a whole new adventure. So I'm kind of.
I just took my kid on the monkey bars today. That was an adventure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I tried to teach him how to go one arm at a time. He was like doing one arm and then dropping himself. I'm like, yeah, good thing I'm holding you because you would have been dead a long time ago.
I feel like kids, especially boys, have no fear. Like when you're little, like you just do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean?
I never thought about that. Yeah.
Like my kid like whacks his head on stuff. He starts doing stuff that like I would as an adult would never do.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. I'm like, you probably don't want to do that. It's probably like, but I guess the only way you learn is when you fall and you hurt yourself, right? And you're like, yeah, I probably want to do that again.
The head wagging thing, man, that's like the thing that scares me the most. Like my son does it on purpose. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to make yourself dumb? You're so smart. You're too smart to be doing that. Like, you're trying to make yourself dumb.
I feel like on some level, some of that lasts even in your 20s. Like you still think you're invincible and nothing bad can happen to you. And then I feel like there's a shift that happens where you start to realize, oh shit, I can die.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Exactly.
I think it's around your 30th birthday when your body starts hurting and you're like, I just took a shit and now my back hurts. So it's like, maybe I shouldn't.
Funny how that happens, right? And how like just instantly as soon as you hit 30, like
Yeah.
everything just starts hurting. Or at least one thing.
I mean, Adam's pushing 50, so I mean, he's far off before we have.
Oh yeah, totally 50. Yeah.
You look great for 50, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes.
But all right, Ro, one last time. Can you tell where can we get your music? Where can we find you? Throw a plug away, my friend.
Yeah, definitely, man. You'll find me you'll find me at RoJones_DJRJ. On Instagram, you find me official DJRJ on Facebook. Ro Jones MC on Facebook. Find my just ROW Jones on Google. You'll find me there. And make sure to follow at the Black Fatherhood Podcast. So Black Fatherhood Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. That's a podcast I'm starting out soon in October. And I'm going to be talking about just how people perceive Black fathers, what's going on in the minds of Black fathers, what's going on with their families, what's going on, just destroying myths, because somehow the myths suck. But just definitely follow that, because that's going to be coming soon. Music's going to come behind that kind of stuff, so it's doing a lot, definitely.
Awesome. And then definitely keep an eye on them too, because once we can start having live performances and shit, you'll be out there. Unless you get the connection for the OG, for the underground parties. But we'll keep that in the DL because we don't want anyone,
right,
blowing your spot up. You
can always highlight me for the writing, man. I'm a writer, so that's what I love to do.
There you go. Well, Ro, thank you again for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you real soon, man. Nice talking to you,
man.
You too, guys.
Man. All right, everybody. Ro Jones, second time on the show, man. He was fun. I remember when we had him on last time. It was a good time. Do you remember him at all?
I think I might have clashed with him over something, actually. I don't know what it was. I looked at him and he started talking. I'm like, did me and this guy not like each other? I don't know what it was. I could be wrong. There's a few people I've clashed with, so it might not have been him.
My favorite is the girl you clashed with that time. That was great.
My favorite was the guy that walked out and we played a chord in Urban Dictionary.
Well, which one? The one the singer that has a song?
Yeah, he's going to go wait in the car.
Yeah. No, but you remember the time we were doing the show?
I remember that bitch.
And yeah, I forget her name. She had this really, really complicated last name, remember? And she was like from Alaska. And she was like one of the wannabe comedians in Boston or something like that. And then we stayed after to do the show with what's his name?
The search for a co-host guy.
For a co-host, right? Yeah, we did that show. And Stephen that was his name, Stephen WK or something like that. It was like something like that, right? God,
yeah. What did she say? That you got to admit, it's pretty hard to set me off on the air. It's pretty hard, right? You said you listened to it recently. What were me and her going at it about?
So she had said something, and you were joking around, like making a joke about it or something like that, and then she immediately accused you of being a anti-feminist. So she didn't outright accuse you of being an anti-feminist. She just basically assumed what you're saying means you hate all women.
Gotcha. All right.
And by all means, I've known you for many years, and you love the women. So there's no doubt about that. But she was, I don't know what her problem was. Like she was not bad looking either. So she was like the type of girl that's like, all right, like, well, why don't you just cool it down a little bit? And you'd probably be more attracted to dudes. But if you act like this, you're going to like, it's like a bug spray. You're just keeping them away from you. You know what I mean? But it was definitely, I remember just sitting there. And I remember Steven was just sitting there looking as he was trying to do it, because this all went down in his show, remember?
Oh, okay. yeah, that's right.
There was like some tension that but it never really got exposed on our show. And then like we took a break and we went into the back studio of WEMF and we sat down, and then we started doing search for a co-host. And something was brought up, and I think it was during the introductions of us. And she's like, I think you said to her, "What the fuck is your problem?" or something of that nature, because she was like giving you some tude. Like you would say something, she'd make a snotty remark.
It's starting to come back. Yeah.
So to really pinpoint this, I think we got to go listen to that episode of that podcast of Steven's podcast.
No, I kind of want to. Yeah, I mean, what was it? Was she being kind of like flirty, or was she being like an actual bitch?
So we thought
she
she was, but then she like turned like full like anti like men. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what it was. Like, I think we were making jokes. Like, obviously, like we do jokes on the show because this is a comedy podcast, and she didn't find them funny. She thought like there's been many females in the history of the last, I don't know, I've been doing this show since 2002 in one form or another for the last 18 years, actually 18 years this month, September, that find it sometimes not pleasurable to them, if you will, sometimes offensive. And I'll have to say, I listened to some of the old episodes going back, even like 4 years ago. They were pretty, I mean, we said some offensive shit. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm surprised. So the guy I ran against when I was running for city council didn't really do good homework because all he had to do was find these episodes and maybe it would have made or break me, either or. But I said enough stuff to incriminate myself in several accounts.
Yeah.
But
they're having a few questionable. I think sometimes they feel defensive because they're the only female sitting there, so they're extra amped up. You know,
that could be it. Let's see. Search for a co-host.
And then sometimes you date them, and they ghost you. Penny Oswin.
Oh, that girl. Do you remember her?
And then sometimes they date you and ghost you, and then
Yeah, I remember.
For no
that.
apparent reason.
Yeah, I mean, we went out that night after the show. We hung out at down the street at the fucking bar, and everything was cool. And then, yeah, then that cryptic message. Fuck it, that was weird.
Well, no, they're all comedians. I think have not all of them. Most of them though have like some serious issues.
Yeah,
like, and that's like why they're able to come up with good jokes. I think.
Well, you know me, I have some serious issues.
We all have we're all on the spectrum, and we all have issues. We all do, But
yeah.
Some more than others, and I feel like a lot of comedians have like serious depression issues. I believe that.
Oh, I mean, that's why they kill themselves sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a real downer right there. That's why you see a comedian drug overdose and kill him. Like musicians too. Like look at Kurt Cobain. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
It's kind of fucked up. It's like people are sitting there laughing, and you're talking about how miserable you are, and you go kill yourself.
Well, it's funny though because like you go on stage and like knowing this from firsthand, like you tell jokes and you get this rush when people laugh, and it's like good, I'm doing a good job, but like and it's like an adrenaline rush, so it makes you want to do more and try harder and stuff. But then you meet these comics who go on stage and absolutely kill it, and then they have no reaction to it. Like I've talked to many in the past and doing shows with them and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you did a good job. And like, yeah, I guess it's all right. I'm like, wow, okay. I'm like, you weren't feeding off the crowd. I'm like, they were loving you. I'm like, this is great. And they're like, yeah, I'm gonna kill myself.
We're just being modest too, but yeah, some of them are probably just numb to it too. Yeah,
I think it's mostly like psychological fucking damage and stuff like that, which makes me feel like maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I was a successful comedian because I probably would end up killing myself. Maybe, I don't know. I never thought about killing myself. I have no desire to. Never crossed the mind,
No, I'm glad I've never had a desire to. I mean, we've all had points in our lives. Everybody has where they've been depressed. Oh, yeah. That happens, but like not to the point of fucking I'm gonna off myself. I'm glad I wasn't cursed with that mental kind of shortcoming. Thank God.
You get a little depressed. You get a little bit.
That does not help. That's a temporary Band-Aid.
Yeah, fucking. Think about all the stuff you can be depressed about, right? Like people die, right? You have people die. You break up with someone, right?
Yeah, those are temporary depressions. It's okay to be depressed and sad over things, Yeah,
and I mean, like look at a big depression, right? Say you get diagnosed with a terminal illness, right? You're probably gonna die. So I mean, so you just know it's gonna happen. So I mean,
I think it's one of those things you don't know until you're in that. But like losing somebody close, I mean, people died around me, like that sucks. That takes a while, and it depends case to case. Like, when Margot died, I wasn't right for about a year, I would say. It took about a year for me to kind of snap out of it.
It takes some time. Yeah. But like you get on with your life, and you just you don't close yourself and close the doors and go into like a room and not leave, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's people that do that,
Yeah, oh I know.
Which is it's crazy, but you gotta
I don't understand it, but I accept it because everyone's different. You know.
Yeah. No, you're right. Everyone is different. Speaking of different, we have our next guest coming on right now. So we're gonna clarify this one because Ryan Glover said his name was A.D. Jackson, and he's coming up right now as S.L. Jackson. If you Google the book that he was working on, which, let's see, I got to bring it up right now. I don't know if you got the. How come I just had this like a few minutes ago? Stand by. This is us doing work on the fly here.
Being horrible. Yes.
Well, because when you Google S.L. Jackson, you get a bunch of stuff saying it's Samuel L. Jackson, which confused the hell out of me because I was like, "Are we getting
S.L. Jackson, author?
Yes.
S.L. Jackson, Animal Instincts.
Animal Instincts. That's it. Okay. So
Got
Animal Instincts is the book. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, but on the book cover, look at the cover. If you see the picture, it says S.L. Jackson and A.D. Jackson.
The Urban Jungle, Animal Instincts. Oh boy.
Yes. So joining us now via the Zoom machine, and there he is right there. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
Very good. All right, so we're gonna get something clear because Ryan he hooked us up with you as a guest tonight, and
Okay.
so he told us in the email it was A.D. Jackson, but then when you Google, I see you S.J. Jackson, and then on the book cover it has both A.D. Jackson and S.J. Jackson. So
S.L. Jackson.
S.L. Jackson.
Yeah. So, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so
There we go.
I have an identical twin brother, and that's A.D. Jackson.
Ah.
A.D. is his initials. S.L. are my initials, but people call us S.J. and A.J. But for writing purposes, I'm S.L. Jackson.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense now. Because we were doing research this afternoon to get it, prep for the show and stuff like that. And I keep going at him like I'm reading Ryan's emails and one's saying one thing and the other, and I'm like, we could find your book, and we're like, well, they have both the names on it, which was blowing my mind. I was like, now maybe he has.
Okay, so when it's pulling up both of the names, that's because we turned the book into an animated series, and we both executive producing that. So I wrote the book, and we both executive producing it. So that's why it's A.D. Jackson and S.L. Jackson popping up. But I'm the actual author, S.L. Jackson.
There you go. Now we serve the mystery right there. Me and Adam were just talking about fun. We're trying to get to the source of this. So SJ, where you joining us from tonight?
I'm from Inkster, Michigan. That's 20 minutes outside of Detroit. If you never heard of Inkster, Michigan, I would just ask your listeners or your viewership to Google it. It's actually the most important 6.2 miles in the history of the world. We could sit here and I could have a whole interview about that.
Yeah.
Famous people who come from here and all of that. I'm just one of the great people from Inkster, Michigan. So I'm from Inkster, Michigan, 20 minutes outside of Detroit.
Proud.
Are you,
Proud man. Nice.
What direction? North, south, or west?
West, 20 minutes west of Detroit.
Okay, all right. I spent some time up in it was north of Detroit, up in that area. Up I can't remember the city. Rochester. Town.
Yeah. That's the suburbs. That's the Detroit suburb. Yeah.
That's my family lives up there, so I can feel with the Detroit area. I love Michigan. Beautiful, beautiful state. I think it's very underrated.
Where y'all from?
We're broadcasting from Boston tonight.
Boston. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, Michigan's great. I mean, I think you guys get a bad rap because everyone sees Detroit and they don't think about the rest, or Flint, and they don't think of the rest of the state. And it's actually a really, really beautiful state
I mean, well, Detroit and Flint, beautiful too. I love Flint and I love Detroit. Like, Inkster is basically Inkster, Michigan was founded because when Henry Ford started the auto plant in the auto industries, he didn't want the blacks and the whites going to school together. So Inkster was founded for the black people to go to live in. Really? That's why Inkster is even here. So like, if we were in LA, probably if we were in Boston, Inkster would be a part of Detroit. We literally like 15, 20 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? But Detroit is a small, big city. It's not as big as a LA or a New York City. So that's why it's just this. But we Detroit, you can't spell Detroit without the I, and you can't spell Flint without the I either. And I'm from the I, you know?
There you go. Damn. Yeah, I noticed that about Detroit too. I know it's like here's the thing about Detroit too. all the times I've been there, I never actually got to actually explore the city because I was in there for a Tigers game and in there for a Lions game. And then, but I was staying out in the burbs, so I never had any time to actually spend some time in the city. So I wanted to like see like, all right, obviously you hear bad stuff, but I know that's probably some really cool places to check out and everything like
Oh
that.
yeah, it's
But I don't
definitely
want to show me, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a beautiful city.
Nice. So you got this book you're writing with you. So you have identical twin brother, or you guys?
Yeah, we identical twins. I actually had twin sisters as well. That's 8 months older than me. So my dad got 2 sets of twins. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm an identical twin, and with another set of twin sisters. You know what I'm saying? So that was fun. You know, that's a fun thing. That's a fun fact. Yeah.
You and your brother ever play tricks when you're growing up? Kind of do this whole switcheroo on?
Yeah, we did all that. We did all that. It's like, but that'd be more about them than us because, you know, that's the thing in their head. Because people think since we identical twins, we the same person. So
yeah,
in women's mind, they, you know, so that was the thing for them. I got an older sister though. My older sister. So my dad got 5 kids and my mom got 3. You know what I'm saying? So I got an older sister with my mom and my dad, and then my dad had some twins 8 months before he had us.
That's crazy. I always wanted to have a twin just to pull those tricks off. Because you ever see, you know, like Marquise Morris and his brother play in the NBA, right? They're identical twins.
Right, yeah.
And they even get identical tattoos. So it's like you can really switch. You can really fuck around. Like,
really.
Yeah, I wouldn't want an identical twin because I'd be too paranoid. It's like, what if they're in better shape than me and I look like crap? Like, what if I'm getting fat and they're like jacked up and I'm looking at like that's the better version of.
Yeah, you got to look at that version of yourself and know you could become that though. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's actually inspiration. You know, we go through that with getting fit and stuff. Sometimes he more fit. And I look at him and I look at myself like, yo, I got to get in shape. And then other times I'm more fit. Like, so it just push you. It's you know, it's since before day one. That's all I know. Like, actually, the book, the main characters are leaps and jumps. They identical twin rabbits because this is an urban fantasy.
I'm really curious to hear about this book because you know, these rabbits, these in an urban, these outlaw rabbits, you know, and a criminal activities taking place in the jungle. Like, why rabbits? That's what I'm curious about too.
Well, the reason it's rabbits is because when me and my brother were younger, we were real rambunctious. And I got this older cousin, his name Gator, like, you know, he a couple years older than me. And he had a pet rabbit. And we let the rabbit go. We freed the rabbit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And my cousin came home and, you know, he was hurt that his rabbit was gone. He a tough guy, though. He a big wrestler type of dude when we was little. So it was like, damn, man, he loved that rabbit. So when we let the rabbit go, it was just like, I wonder what that rabbit went to do. Like, where did he go? What did he know to do? Like, his instincts had to kick in. He didn't necessarily run away and die, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
right?
Dark hole.
Right. So I picked rabbits because it was just something different, and I could relate to letting something go and not knowing what happened to it. You know, I actually offered to buy my older cousin a rabbit when I got older. He declined, but I put the offer out there since I let the other one go. But that's why I picked rabbits.
So it's actually funny you said you gave them like kind of an identity and kind of an imagination of what they do. Me and my wife actually we have 2 dogs, and ever since we got these dogs, obviously animals develop personalities. So you start you know, evolving with these dogs, and you start seeing what they do, and you start creating this like fantasy. So me and my wife are always talking about how we should put a kids book together, like something like, you know, like a Family Guy type thing for like, you know, not for like little kids, but for like, you know, middle schoolers and stuff like this, about these 2 dogs.
Yeah, see, it's funny you say that because that's what the book is like. The animation of the book is similar to something like that because the book is for everybody. It's not no cussing or nothing in there, but it's it's a real harsh reality. So it's like it's like PG-13 plus type of thing, but a kid could read it because it's animal. See, because the book, Animal Instinct, the Urban Jungle, that's the name of it, is in the actual book, I don't humanize the animals. I don't describe what they're wearing or whatever. So it's a field of animals. But with the animation, I couldn't have naked animals walking around. So the animation, they got on clothes and stuff like that. But in the actual book, you thinking about a rabbit. And I live in a country part of the city. You know what I'm saying? I live by a wooded area. And when I was writing the book, the characters that I was putting in the book, the fox, the possums and all that, I would be coming home from work and see a possum. and how he was creepy. So I write him in the book. And when I was writing the book, it's snow out here. When I was writing the book, when I was preparing for the release of the book, I would see like rabbits in the snow. You don't see that. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no rabbits in the snow. So it was just like the actual, they animals. They're not humanized in the book. I gave them feelings. I gave them character. I make you want to, like, people read it and be like, oh, such a Groovy is my favorite character, like, and Groovy is a fox. And, so to give you a short rundown of it, Mama, Papa, Leaps, and Jumps are all of the rabbits. And what I do is I put together an organization. So like he said with his dogs, I got dogs in there. That's the muscle. And that's Hera and Zeus. And they boxers. So they got a dog fighting ring in the back of the bunny hop house, which is the speakeasy for the animals, Leaps and jumps. Leaps and jumps end up becoming mushroom dealers,
Damn.
Like they discover some mushrooms, some special mushrooms, and they become mushroom dealers. So Mama and Papa is the head of the organization, and they don't even get a chance to see what their sons become. It's a real mafia story. It's just from an animal's point of view. Like,
are they jumping the border, going over Windsor, using the casinos over there and stuff, and then heading?
No, they got their own spot. Like the bunny hop house is the spot for that's a spot that Mama and Papa created, and so every night the whole animal underworld come there. And they it's dog fighting in the back, it's gambling. But when they gambling and stuff, they gambling for silver and gold, because you could go anywhere in the world and grab a shovel and dig, and you could discover silver and gold. That's what I mean by I didn't humanize them. Like, the currency is, everything is a jungle element. It's just, we don't know. Like, when you leave your house, you and your wife, y'all don't know what y'all dogs do.
That's true. We don't.
It can be like pets.
The door, leaving the house and coming back or whatever. Y'all don't know what they do. Like when you, like, have you ever seen a cat cross your path when you doing something sneaky? So you feel like the cat is sneaky.
Exactly.
Like, but then the cat really could just be going to meet his date, like you coming from meeting yours. So
okay, these are the kind of thoughts I have when I'm stoned out of my mind. Okay, and they freak me out.
Yeah. Definitely 420 friendly. I ain't know what the show was gonna be like, so I ain't.
That's all right. Yeah, we are.
You feel me?
Those are the kind of thoughts I don't want to have, because I'm freaked out if I'm high. I'm like, what's that cat thinking?
right, and that's the type. So exactly. So because the truth of the matter is, I didn't even start. Okay, so this book came from my very first creative writing story when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Elements of the book, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it was in my heart. It was stuff that I couldn't forget. It was stuff that I couldn't not see. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I actually finally decided to write the book last year, when I sat down, I took my notes and all that. Like this pen, this gold pen, I got this pen made of gold because this is the pen that I took my notes with when I decided to write the book.
Yeah.
But I didn't even buy a computer to write the book till 9/25/19. So it hasn't even been a whole year.
Oh, wow.
Last year at this time, the book didn't exist. But this year at this time, I put the book out. I won an award for the book. I just got the official trailer back for the animated version of it, which I'll send that to y'all guys once I upload it. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow, so I send it to y'all so y'all can see it. Like, I'm moving at a God speed with this because it's from the heart, and can't nothing stop nothing from the heart.
So when you came up with the idea for the animated feature, did you use elements from the book verbatim, or did you kind of develop a
verbatim?
Storyline?
Okay, so the dope part about this animation, you always hear people say the book don't read like the movie or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I always took that into consideration. So basically, this is the audio book animated.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's gonna be narration, but then the narration go stop, and it's gonna be actual voices that change. Like, it's dope. It's something new. Like in reality, I'm making history. You know what I'm saying? Because no urban fantasy. Okay, well, let me start from the beginning. No debut African-American urban fantasy author has ever won an award and turned that book into a cartoon by themselves. No one has ever done that. I did the research. So, like, this is history that I'm making, and it's a bigger purpose. So that's why I was working at that type of speed, that type of level. And for your viewers, this is really a first look at Leaps and Jumps. If y'all
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah. Nice.
Nice. That's what they really look like. Like, so
that's awesome, man.
Once y'all see the trailer, like, I'm excited for people to see the trailer. Like, it's like when I watched it for the first time yesterday, I'm like, it blew my mind away. But then I had to step outside of my body and look at it as if it wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm
know what
picturing like Friday or next Friday, like animated. Like you just got just living in society, just doing their thing, and it's. But like I think it's cool though because you say it's animated, so the kids they don't see the whole picture. They see these animals and stuff and in cartoons, and for them they're cute and furry and they're cool and they can. But then the parents are watching along with them and they're getting all the jokes. Like that's
see that. So like the book is gonna have a different audience from the cartoon, and then like the characters are gonna have different audiences. Because like I said, when my niece just first seen the trailer, the first thing she said when she seen the twin rabbits is like, "Oh, that's you and Daddy." That's what she said to my brother. Like, "Oh, that's you and Uncle." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the kids, it got a futuristic, nostalgic feel, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So when you see the characters, like it ain't been no famous rabbit since Bugs Bunny. I mean, Roger Rabbit came close, but it ain't been no rabbits out there that the first time you seen them, they was G's. They draw Bugs Bunny up looking tough and all of that. But the first version of Bugs Bunny you seen, that's who he is. Like in Leaps and Jumps, they got on sweatsuits and they talking that talk. They mushroom dealers in the jungle. So and they young, like they kids as well. Like they adolescent, teenager type of age, and they young. So I know about Boston. I know about, just imagine what be going on in Boston with the young 14-year-olds who getting money. They got on their sweatsuits and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
We've actually seen rabbits. We in front of our office, Adam and I, there's an abundance of rabbits. And every day they put traps out and we see these poor little rabbits getting trapped. And all I can think about is myself is like, maybe this rabbit was coming from the casino and he accidentally got into the trap and now he's stuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and the other rabbits might be telling them, "Yo, don't go that way," because everything communicates. It's the universe. Like why do humans think that they the only thing that operate in some type of system or function in the universe? Like you got to think about this. A skunk, he only sprays you when he's scared because that's his defense mechanism. Your fear of the skunk makes him defensive. Yeah. You can walk right past a skunk and it won't do nothing to you because y'all not bothering each other. But as soon as it smells the fear on you, it's gonna spray you. I see skunks all the time. I've never been sprayed. You know what I'm saying? I could walk up and pet any dog. I don't show no fear. And all the animals only react to humans' fear. You know what I'm saying? But when they in their own world, hey man, I'm chilling. I'm about to eat these mushrooms and chill. That's what
Fucking awesome. How did you? So when you decided you want to animate it, how did you get hooked up? Did you know an animator, or did you just kind of point it out there and see if anyone was gonna do it for you?
Well, I knew a couple of animators because, again, my brother and I, we have a podcast called the Connected Experience Podcast. And if y'all ever in Detroit and in the surrounding areas, y'all definitely can be on there. No, you know what I'm saying? We don't do Zoom. We do face-to-face and in person because of a feel. You know what I'm saying? But so through the Connected Experience Podcast, my brother had met a guy named Herb Bellamy. And Herb is a comic book animator. He published his own comic books and stuff. So we had him come on the show. Now, when he came on the show, the book wasn't even an idea. We wasn't even thinking about the book, let alone the animation. And then we also had another. So we talked to Herb on our show, and we just kept a good relationship with him, kept a good rapport with him. So then after we talked to him for a little while, when we decided to animate the book, we went to him and another guy first. We contacted Herb and another guy first. And the other guy, he just didn't get back with us in time. Herb got back with us, and he got a company, HB Comics. And we sat down, we worked everything out. We told him our vision. We let him hear the audio. We let him hear the audio track to the book first to see if he could do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because his first concern was like, well, how can I do animation without the voices? We said, boom, solve that problem for you. You know what I'm saying? Shot him the audio version. He loved it. And then we sat down and we figured it out, So like the official trailer will be released in a couple weeks. But like I said, when I get it, I'm gonna let anybody who fucking with me, anybody who rolling with me now, and stuff like that. I let them see that. I let them see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm very interested. I'm like, it just seems like I love anime and shit, Simpsons, Family Guys, stuff like that. Like
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like this animation, like I'm 38 years old. I don't know how old y'all are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's why I said it got right. So we grew up watching G.I. Joe and DuckTales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now when you see DuckTales, I don't even know who these people are because they so animated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
I didn't want to do that. I wanted to give my characters room to evolve. So the 3D version of the animation might be something totally different, but you knew to ever like people already in love with the animation, and now whoever does that version has something to go on. So when we developed our character, because these characters came from scratch, you know what I'm saying? So when we developed the characters, we wanted to go for a feel where an adult could appreciate it and a child could appreciate it for different things. So like it might be some anime in there where they fight and it looked like something you used to, but then it switched back to looking like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got full creative control over this project because I'm self-funded. Okay. So it's not like nobody could tell me no. That's what I'm saying. Whatever
you want to do. Yeah.
Like, this is the biggest story in animation of the decade because of everything that's behind it. The debut award-winning author, the independent animation. You know what I'm saying? This is the biggest story in animation of the decade. It's 2020. This is the beginning of the decade. This is the biggest story of the decade in animation. And last year, I wasn't even thinking about animation or a cartoon or, you know what I'm saying?
It's awesome. Well, good for you, man. And so we're getting close to the end of the show, but Adam, you have anything else you would like to ask?
No, it's just very impressive. I like your energy. You got like this energy. You believe in what you're doing. You're excited about it. It's very admirable, my friend. It's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're selling it. I don't know who would not want to see this now. Like
it's something to see, man. Like if it wasn't mine, I'd be interested with what with if somebody was presenting it to me the way it is. Like it's just. It's groundbreaking. You know, where can people see this interview at, and where can they listen at? I definitely want to make sure my people come and check it out.
Very good question. So you go to thepacky.com, you get all the episodes there, and if you search the Arty 84 Show on Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, Intune, anywhere you get your podcast, or YouTube.
Okay. Do this. Email me all of that so I can make sure, so I can get the spelling right. You know what I'm saying? I can give out my email address right now because it's open to the public, you know? So it's not like, so email that to me at pr@tcohh.org.
Okay.
pr@tcohh.org. Email me all the info. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got a podcast called The Connected Experience. I get you, let you check some of that out. You know, like we can network. Like I ain't never been to Boston, but I'm a Lakers fan, so you know what I'm saying. So I got love for Boston, though. Y'all are always our hardest opponents. You know, y'all always.
I can feel why you're a Lakers fan though, because you know Magic came from Michigan. He's a Michigan boy.
Hey.
There you go. So I can't hold that.
And that's exactly the reason why. And that's exactly the reason.
You said
why.
your email. I'm sorry to interrupt, but your email you said is pr@tcoh.com, right?
No. pr@tcohh.org.
tcohh.org. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll
send me over the link to this. Send me all y'all Instagram information, and anybody who want to reach me and get the book or stay connected to what I'm doing, they can go to my website. My website is #1sljackson.com. Now, again, that's #1sljackson.com. You can order the book in paperback. You can read past interviews on me. This interview will be on there once y'all give me the link, because I update my stuff every couple weeks so if anybody who involved right now, I want people to know that they was there from the start. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want when people go to do research on me, I need them to pull up the Where's Arty show. You know what I'm saying? It's episode 140, right?
That's right. 1 hour. Right? What was it? 150. What are we? 153 tonight. 153. I know it says 140 on the layout. So, do you know when you Google S.J. Jackson, do you know who comes up a lot, right?
Yeah. That one motherfucker.
Yeah. That one guy who's in about fucking 400 movies, right? Like,
yeah. But you know what? That's good. And I look at it like, you know, them are initials. You know what I'm saying? Right. But slowly but surely, I'm gaining. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that you come up.
It's free publicity, because what happens is once your video and your book starts, like, you know, getting good, right? Now it's going to be in a popular search. So you're going to see like Samuel L. Jackson go down a couple, boom. There's the book.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's good company to be in. That's definitely good company to be in.
Awesome. And your name's not really Samuel L. Jackson, is it?
No. My name ain't Samuel. I got a different name. My name's Santuan. You know what I'm saying? Santuan. You know, it's not too many of them out there. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, probably the first one I think we've met. Probably, I could say.
Yeah. My name's Santuan. You know what I'm saying? So Santuan L. Jackson. That's how I know how people know me. Some people call me Twin. I know where you know me from. Yes. Some people call me SJ. I know where you know me from. And anybody who call me SL, I know you know me from books because that's the only time I ever used that. So
Cam Newton, obviously quarterback for the Patriots, and we get the McCourty brothers as defensive backs, Jason and Devin, twin brothers, right?
Yeah.
So Cam calls them Twin 1 and Twin 2. So have you and your brother ever been called Twin 1 and Twin 2?
Yeah. I got an auntie right now, man. I'm 38 years old. She still don't know us apart at all. She just called one name. My auntie Kim just called one name. Whoever she see, if she see one of us, whatever name she call us that day, that's who we are. So it's real like that.
No, there's definitely some stress involved in twins, right? Because you figure, especially if you don't see them often and they look alike.
Yeah. Right. And then what be funny is I see people that he know that I know don't know me, but they'll be talking to me. Yeah. And I just like, hey, man, I got a twin brother. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely be funny, man. It definitely be funny.
One thing I wish I had a twin. That's one. Oh God, just the fuck with people. That's the.
Hey, listen. He got his driver's license when it was time, and I just used that. We done went to work and stuff for each other before. We done did all type of stuff, like because people don't know. You know what I'm saying? If we cover up our tattoos, you definitely won't know.
Yeah, that's the key right there. The tattoos. That's the only way to identify the two of you is if you weren't like listening to talking to you, I guess, right?
Yeah, visually. But just the cover of the book, I don't know if I showed that just so if people, when they Google it or whatever, they get used to seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Animal Instinct, the Urban Jungle. I'm going to send y'all a copy of the ebook, too, for y'all to read.
Sounds good, man.
That's what I normally do because it's a short read. It's actually a novella, which is a short novel. So the sooner y'all get me y'all information and stuff, I could just email y'all over a copy of the ebook to check out. You know what I'm saying? And then we could wait wait till the cartoon about to come out, do it again. And then, you know what I'm saying? Because this coming out, like, we working vigorously on it with the animators, you know what I'm saying? We involved every step of the way, you know what I'm saying? So, like, once I let y'all see this trailer, now we working with something.
Yeah, man, we'll love to have you back once they'll get the video going, too. But Animal Instincts, check it out. SJ Jackson, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And good luck with everything. Hope everything works out pretty well for you. I'm sure it will. It sounds very interesting.
Thanks, and I appreciate y'all, man, and give me y'all information so we can network and stay in the know of what each other got going on. I appreciate y'all. Is we gonna see y'all in the finals this year?
I hope so. I'm looking at the game right now. They're losing by 10, so it's game 4. So.
Yeah, we gonna be there. LA gonna be there. So I hope we see. If we see y'all there, listen. If we see y'all there, we can make a little friendly wager. You know what I'm saying? If the Lakers win, I send y'all a fifth of the drink of your choice. I mean, if the Boston Celtics win, I send y'all a fifth of the drink of your choice. And if the Lakers win, you can send me one. I'm a whiskey man, so that ain't hard. Get me some Crown Royal or something. I can get y'all whatever y'all drink. Both of y'all. So
that's good, my friend.
Do that.
I'll take
you up on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We gonna do that. Y'all gotta make it first. We gonna be there. Y'all just gotta make it there.
Trust me, we're trying. We're struggling. We'll hopefully get there. But man, Ezra, it was awesome talking to you, man. Good luck with everything, and we'll talk to you real soon.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, have a good night, brother.
Yeah, have a good night. Well,
I gotta see these rabbits on acid. Like I want to see what this is like. It's like I didn't know where the direction of the story was going to go. To be honest with you, I didn't. I thought it was going to be like a friendly tale of animation of rabbits, and then I found out that the rabbits are exactly the way that me and Susan envision what our dogs do when we're not around, like gambling, doing drugs, having multiple partners. And I go, this is up my line. This is basically the story of Tommy and Nola right here, put in rabbit forms.
Yeah, there's no way you're writing all that without being under the influence a little, though.
Just you need some. Yeah, you need some devil's lettuce to get you going.
Yes, definitely.
Right? Like those girls are sniffing away over in the water yesterday. So, yeah. Celtics not doing good now. They're down by 12 in the third quarter. So, yeah, like I told you this morning, don't feel good about this. So I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not gonna, I'll go on the Patriots bandwagon like they're gonna do very well this year. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm looking at the Celtics right now, and like I said, they're like the guy that can't close the deal. So it is what it is, Just as well though, because I don't want them to win the championship this year, and then I'm first of all, as a season ticket holder, can't be there, and second of all, won't be able to go to a parade because obviously they're not gonna have a parade for them. So. I mean, you really want him to win, like, in a situation in which, like, you can actually enjoy it. This is like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's shitty.
It's like watching a hot girl get banged on a porn instead of actually banging the hot girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Put that in perspective, people. How you like me now? Like the Packy t-shirt right there?
It's very good. I like it.
Courtesy of Dr. Todd.
Well,
many moons ago. All right, so that's the show. Sans Mr. Glover because he doesn't want to join us anymore because he doesn't like us, apparently.
He died.
Apparently we said something that he didn't like when we met for drinks, so I'll take it as that. So, no, he's working on He's working on the, I think it's called the Ryan Glover Project or something like that. He's his own blog going on, so check it out. And Adam, you plugging anything other than your collection behind you?
No, not really. Just check out the Whirlwind Potato on YouTube. I got finally almost done with my my Office Space video, which should be out either this week or next week, and then I'll have more stuff coming out of hiatus. So
the potato,
yeah,
the potato's been rotting away on my subscription list here on YouTube. I'm waiting for a notification for the new potato. I like to watch it in the nude, so I guess
do you rub your nipples too?
I actually. When I hear potato, I get very excited. So put it out there. Shout out to your friend Priscilla watching out there in California.
Yeah, I gotta give her a call. I'm horrible.
I'm
a horrible friend.
Let's hope she's staying safe from the fires of the fiery state of California out there.
Yes.
Everyone else who's watching tonight, I know we're a little bit later than usual, but we will see you guys next week. So make sure you check us out on. I guess if you're already watching or listening, you're already checking us out. So it's kind of redundant for me to tell people to check us out at this point because you should already be checking us out, right?
It's true. If you sat through this episode for this long, you are.
Halfway there. You're like fucking Bon Jovi. All right, guys. See you next week. Toodles.
Hey, buddy. Bye.
Bye.